The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. In the year of our Lord 1197, 5 Canaanites were sent to the lands beyond the forest to serve those who ruled Transylvania. With their diplomacy, they were granted a city to rule as they see fit. With their strength, they solidified control and protected their domain from invaders. With their knowledge, they ruled for 2 centuries of relative Canaanite peace. But they cannot stop the prophecies, for the ancient war, all but forgotten, stirs afresh. And those whom you have cursed to save yourself shall break free of their bonds at last. Welcome to the Transylvania Chronicles. Welcome to our Vampire Dark Ages stream. We here at McStabber Studios understand that some of the subjects that come up during this chronicle are problematic by modern standards. Our goal is to handle these kinds of situations in a manner that does not directly or indirectly glorify these kinds of actions. While we understand that we are playing in a world of monsters, that does not mean we must be the monsters ourselves. Please also be aware, none of our cast are experts in history. That means there will be some deviations between the real world timeline and the vampiric world. You can go ahead and chalk that up to the Canaanite influence on the mortals around them. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy our story. And good evening, everyone. Welcome to McStabber Studios' Vampire Dark Ages Glimpses of History. I am the storyteller tonight, Shanky McStabber.
And I am Mama McStabber, and I am playing Saint Olga of Kiev, of Clan Sombra.
I'm Junie Van Nesh, playing Peregrine McSullivan of Clan Asamite.
Hello, I'm Beetle Spock, and I'll be playing Yves Marchand of Clan Toreador.
Hi, I'm Maddox, and I'll be playing Snatcher of Clan Nosferatu.
Hi, everybody. I am a disheveled Ravnos Archon, and I get to play Agustín Diego del Cartagena Cardenal de la Cruz, Primera Espada de Valencia, Guarda Real de Barcelona e Aragón, Estratega Principal en Belgrade of Clan La Sombra.
And if his title gets much longer, we're going to have a shorter stream because we're going to run out of time to play. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Season 4 premiere. This season starts off. The year is 1413. What has happened in the last 100 years since we were with this group of Canaanites? Well, one of the biggest things that happened is a plague ripped through Transylvania, decimating many of the cities, and in particular, Belgrade, where this coterie has set up, lost 40% of the population. Also amongst that time, well, the biggest parts is Wat Tyler revolted in England. His lover Patricia was embraced, which has begun to kick off the Anarch Revolution in Western Europe. The Turks have made quite a number of advances, even capturing Sofia. They are now on the border of Transylvania and Hungary, threatening, well, even this kindred city here. Canaanites have to worry about that one as well. A meeting occurred in the year 1394 between major people in most of the clans. The first meeting of the clans that would one day become the Camarilla. Now, you all have heard of this. Rumors of it, but you weren't invited. Shortly after, Tyler and her band of anarchs attacked Hardestadt Castle and claims to have slain Hardestadt, though Hardestadt says he has not been slain. And we'll see how that one goes. And the biggest part prior to the start of this season, rumors have flown, especially to Olga and Augustine, that La Sombra has been destroyed, betrayed by his own child, and Amaranth was committed upon him. So as we open up tonight, the Coterie is gathered in their city once again, 100 years from when you last peeked in on them. And I will turn this over to the wonderful Coterie of Canaanites.
I'm going to slide the missive that Ambrosio sent me, just very clearly to Olga. This might behoove you reading.
She takes it.
The old man will not help us because all he cares about are his trinkets and treasures.
I could have told you not to ask him for help. He is worthless.
I'm beginning to see this.
Besides, what has he done to help us at all? Nothing. Did we not do the work to be granted the city? Have we not made the city into the trade hub that it is, so that it thrives? What did he do? Did he lift one finger? Of course not. He is riding on our successes, brother.
It is understood that if something is given, something must be returned.
Of course.
This is how I was raised. And to see that he will not even advise us in this is very off-putting.
He is a selfish man. I knew him well before you did. I knew him in his youth. He was a selfish man then, too. I know exactly why my domator traded me as favor to him. She was setting him up.
Clever.
Always.
If any paintings, nudes, perhaps.
You would love that, wouldn't you? I mean, if you're volunteering, I guess. Not my style, but...
we all need practice sometimes.
You know, Snatcher, I've been wanting some sort of portrait of you. I mean, I would have a subject like yours before, so I mean, it'd be interesting.
So you'd be looking to capture the lustrous glisten of my scales?
Yes. I was thinking, what's your preferred environment? I'm assuming sewers. I wouldn't want to go down there and have it paint in front of you in the sewers, but we can find it.
Towers.
That's
They're
better.
an easy spot to sit in. Excellent.
Whatever you choose.
Vantage.
I actually would much prefer that. But no, in terms of anything new, I've been taking the same exact views. I've found a few towers around here in the city and get the forests and the city into one frame, if you will. I have to keep on try again and again. I cannot capture its...
You could always just get a bigger canvas, my friend.
No, I want the challenge of this one, of this size, this perfect proportions.
There are no perfect proportions. I have lived enough to tell you this.
The Zamisi would probably argue that.
How is your friend? What's his name? The one that you love so much.
Oh, Micah.
Yes. Vikos. Are you falling into his bosom since you've lost your other friend?
I do not presently know what Vikos is doing. I don't rightfully care.
Well,
You don't
considering
have
where he was,
voices?
his last known location, he's probably dealing with moles running rampant in his area.
Speaking of, the Inquisition has come to my home, so
Oh, brilliant.
they are spreading.
Of course.
Were they dealt with or avoided?
I do not know, because that would require talking again to Moncada, and I think I am done with him.
Oh, but brother, he will not be done with us. As I said, he is riding on our successes.
And he will ride on your success until you are done.
Mm-hmm.
I do not envy either of you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't either.
Oh, do not have pity for us. This is the test of all the Sombra, to surpass those that make them.
It is not pity. It's more of I understand the change that you are in, and I wish not that you were burdened by them.
It is our burdens that make us stronger.
I just feel sorry that you are forced to be bonded to such a gullible fool.
That is true. That is true.
Time. He believed you completely, Snatcher.
Religion makes fools of us all sometimes.
We must have faith that things will go our way.
Oh, amen.
I will tell you, though, I have been ensuring that certain trinkets of mine, the churches are calling them relics, have been delivered. And let me tell you, the people, oh, they love it.
That bracelet that you exchanged for
Yes.
what you now wear is now freshly polished and refurbished.
Oh, wonderful.
So it's looking quite excellent.
I hope you enjoy it. I actually never wore it.
It's a good bit of shine to some of the more dull pieces in the collection.
I will tell you one thing, and I hope this does not come across bad. It will probably, but you never know, languages. If I can, and this could be a trinket, this could be something small, but in case, let's just say we are surrounded by people and conversation is not the best to have, I may have learned something to, shall we say, speak into our mind. And I need a trinket from all of you to do it to you, on only you, at some point.
Olga will take a ring from her pinky and hand it over.
She'll take it. And any submissives that I write to you, you will only be the ones to read. No one else can read them.
Oh,
Excellent.
you learned this over in the place that you were at?
I learned many things in the place I was at. 70 years, you pick up a couple of things to help and secure stuff.
I never knew you were a dancer. You have danced very well around my question.
Augustine, didn't you know I was a dancer when I was younger?
I did not.
You should have seen her in the pits.
I danced with a blade like the wild fury of one of the Morgaine.
I am learning so much.
No, you're not. You forgot. 100 years ago, I told you the same thing.
There's a knock at the door.
I can go get it.
When you open the door, one of your servants is standing. Pardon, my lord, pardon. I know I hate to disturb you, but two individuals who have arrived claim they know you and wish to see you immediately.
The group as a whole, or specifically myself?
All of you, I believe. They said, take me to the real rulers of the place.
Do you have a description of these?
A woman, kind of raggedy looking. A man with her blonde hair, dark skin. Also, well-worn travelers.
Olga looks to Augustine. I bet it is our sister and her pet Malkavian.
And
I would not hold it against him.
suddenly, Snatcher, you see Anatole has barged down the hallway without a servant escorting him. You don't know how he knows the way, but he does.
And in English, Snatch will just mutter, "Damn the milk," and gently but still maneuver the servant to the side and then head forward. I'm guessing he is only a few steps ahead of their dear little sister.
Yes.
Because she follows him fucking everywhere.
Yes.
Yep.
So I will intercept the both of them before they quite get to the chamber.
How far are you going to go to intercept Anatole?
Not far, but long strides.
Yeah, but I'm talking, how willing are you? Because he does not seem to be slowing down.
Then I will just do a quick loop around the two and then fall in step with them.
Okay? Because he doesn't try to avoid you. He goes straight into the room. Once in the room, he actually prostrates himself on the floor. Sanctuary for the persecuted and driven. Blessed be those who shower forth their mercy upon the uprooted and the defenseless. Salvation surely comes for those who seek to save those who are lost. Turn not your backs on those whom God favors and man despises. And you all see Lucida, she's leaning against the door. She is roan-worn. Her hair is matted, hasn't been taken care of, her clothes torn in places. Not nearly the what you're used to.
Olga looks to Anatole and says, "Rise, Anatole." She looks to Lucita and says, "Little sister, tell me plain, what has driven you to our doorstep?"
Sister, Anatole and I are in need of shelter and sustenance. Much transpires in the lands west of here. Little of it is boding well anymore. I would be very obligated to you if you would grant us your hospitality for a few nights, so we can recuperate and refresh ourselves before we have to set out once again. Anatole's visions led me here, said you should be able to help us in our time of need.
What are you running from?
My brethren.
And Snatchers will his eyes will cut across to Olga and Augustine just for making sure that you guys think it seems up to snuff. You're the La Sombra in the room.
Hospitality is granted. She looks to Augustine, make sure the guards are on watch.
Of course.
Peregrine, I will point out to you that you heard something about Anatole while you were in Alamut. He has been committing amaranth a lot lately. I thank you for this.
It's not disturbing at all.
It's been rough. You're safe in your city. The wilds are no longer safe to travel.
They were never safe to travel.
Oh, no, it is much worse. How much news do you know of the goings-on in the world? And who is this new person? I don't recognize him.
Who is speaking?
Lucida.
Okay.
Anatole has said not another word. He's Actually, hasn't even gotten up. He's still
I told
prostrated.
him to get up.
But he didn't.
I'm still looking at him. Like, is he going to continue? I mean,
Most likely.
And Lucida
Yes.
looks over. Probably gets these fits.
You get used to it.
Mhm.
yeah, of course.
He knows he has permission. He will get around to it when he gets around to it. This is Yves Machon from France.
Hello.
Pleased to meet you. I am
And he's
Lucida de Aragon, child of Mankata. Broodmate
he's-
to, you're calling yourself Olga,
Say,
Again.
Olga.
Saint Olga, and Augustine.
Yes.
any other siblings that I can meet? Well, any of you.
Oh, Mankata is prolific at times,
But
but few seem to
they don't last.
make it long. Yes.
Has he said anything else? Anything, or just was he repeating this?
Oh, this?
Hmm.
He told me we had to come here. That's all.
So,
All I know is can't go back home. The Inquisition has
We have heard.
damn fools. The older Canaanites started using their children as bait.
And I'm sure it is like here, the children have risen up.
Yes, it has. And that is the problem. So beset on one side by the Inquisition, on the other by the anarchs. Spain, I can tell you, it's impossible for vampires to do anything. France has become much the same as has Italy. Witch hunters everywhere you go looking for heresy and demon worship. I would not be surprised to find them in your lands before much longer.
I look forward to the Romans coming. They can
These
meet the
are-
Ottomans on the field.
These are treacherous lands, little sister. These are not for the soft men of the Inquisition.
This isn't what it used to be. This isn't like the previous inquisitors. The black-robed inquisitors who come now. They know the ways of war. They know the ways to fight us. They know use fire, use wood. And many of them have that same feeling around them that you get from Mankata. True believers in what they're doing. One wouldn't be so bad. The Inquisition could be dealt with. But the young ones rising up at the same time.
Yes, the rebellion.
Yes, it's
Even against those who did not step down upon them.
Indeed.
they don't care.
They don't care. They are just angry that we hold territory.
Well,
They should care. It would,
And you're older.
indicate intelligence.
I mean, it's the same thing you're seeing from the peasants in the West. Anyone who holds status over them is guilty of everything else. The worst of it, though, is the Sombra falling. Do you know the details of it?
Not all of them. Asaya tends to be brief.
Graciano, his own child, conspired with the anarchs, attempted to frame Montano
Mm-hmm.
with assisting anarchs entering the castle. But Montano's loyalty is hard to question, always has been. Clan set upon itself. Our clan. And during the fighting and the weakening, Graciano led a large group of anarchs in. They destroyed our people in the castle. And it is spread from there. They committed amaranth on our own founder, Lasombra himself, as he slept.
A young one did this.
Yes,
I'm sorry. I dare say he may think he is in control for now.
I also dare say if a founder were slain, I think the entire line would have a much greater reaction than simple hearsay and rumor.
hearsay. The only ones who survived were given the choice. Join the rebellion, the anarchs as they call themselves, or die.
I'm sure it appears that way.
And you know how our kind are.
Your clan of survivors, apparently, he was not worthy to survive. Therefore,
Even Montano's victory corps were destroyed. I've heard rumors Montano escaped.
Well, congratulations. Your clan has now been made better by weeding out more weakness.
No, they haven't, though. That's the problem. Clan is in a state of civil war. Why do you think I'm like this? We're being pursued by Lasombra.
Hmm.
oh, it's not because of your friend deciding to do some things,
Look.
Yes.
He does what he does.
Ah.
He acts according to God's dictates.
Yes, but God did not dictate what he does to other kindred.
Yes, God may have.
God
He
does
only
not
preys
dictate
upon
that.
the most vile and corrupt among us.
Ugh.
He brings their souls a chance to be cleansed.
I am not Christian, so don't start bringing this bullshit to me.
Does it matter?
Yeah,
He
because
does
I
what
don't
he
believe in your
does
God.
so that they can face God without a blemish on their soul. He takes
But the thing
blemish
is
and
you are
corruption to himself.
you're assigning sin to people that may not believe in the sin. So therefore, you're corrupting your own soul with improper judgment.
He corrupts his soul, and that is the burden he bears. As I said, he only preys on the evil and vile among us, those who deserve what they're going to get.
And that's on his judgment.
Why, yes. Why not?
Then he is false. Anyone who does amaranth on people that they think deserves it, well, sorry.
That
I'm not
is-
judge, jury, and executioner.
That is very interesting coming from an Assamite. Isn't your
I
clan
never claimed
known
not to be.
as a whole for your partaking?
There are rumors, but I can say that I have never partaken.
I have traveled enough of this world to know it's more than rumors. I don't judge
I say
his actions.
I say rumors because I haven't seen it, nor have I done any. But you bring him here in front of us?
We seek just a few nights' hospitality. That's all.
It has already been granted.
I hope you understand that your hospitality does not extend to his, and I point down at Anatole, desires to remove any evils from our cities.
Exactly.
He's accepted hospitality. He won't act out of
But-
line.
We have different ways of doing things here.
And at this, Anatole stands up, and you begin to notice suddenly there's an unearthly light that comes around him. He's glowing softly. It's the damnedest thing.
What is this?
And he looks at you all, and his eyes are suddenly lucid and clear. God has not forgotten you. He has placed the mark of destiny upon you all. Prepare your souls, for the time of testing and tribulation is at hand. And then his eyes cloud over again, and he gets that faraway look, and the glow slowly fades. And he looks around, and Lucida goes, "You spoke, it's okay." And he just nods and doesn't say another word.
I'm gonna send Shanky for them to have someone to eat.
Okay.
And I will lead them to their quarters.
If you wish, Lucida looks at all. After I settle him down, I will come back if you wish to speak with him. I have
I
tidings.
believe that the only ones that should speak to you are Santa Olga and myself. We have the most to talk about.
If that is your choice, brother.
I hope this is okay with the rest of you.
Come.
And she guides him. And you notice Anatole at this point is not. He is continued to be distracted, almost as if he's not fully coherent. And she guides him to a room, and he doesn't move when she stops him moving. She has him lay on a bed, and he just lays there staring at the ceiling. He'll be like this for probably the rest of the night.
Snatcher will be sure that you are provided for sustenance, both of you.
Well, thank you for your hospitality.
There's much to discuss, little sister. If things are as dire as you claim, there's much to discuss. But take care of your needs first. And Olga leads the room.
While Olga is taking them, I'm just going to pull the other three together. Snatcher, I'm going to need your best rats to keep an eye on them. I do not trust either of them as far as I can throw them. Gwen, what can you tell me about what you have heard of Anatole and this Amaranth?
He is known to have done it a lot. It was circling all over where I was for 70 years. His name was dropped, let's just say not just once, twice. At 70 years, I could hear the man's name 20 times. I still shiver going, oh God, I hope he never comes here. Which, I thank all of the gods in the sky that he could never find the place.
You have chosen an interesting time to join us, my friend Eve.
It wasn't my
13.
choice. But
13 years of strife, followed by a blow to the stomach.
No. There's no way to prepare somebody for Anatole. I will say this out loud.
He felt bearable in this instance.
I mean, the point where he had the lights shining out of him, and
That's
clarity.
something we haven't seen before.
That's new.
Was anyone close enough to be near him? Did the light burn? Did it feel divine, or like when we encountered your sire, Augustine?
Olga walks in and says, no, it is nothing like that.
I would have been confused if it was, because how it wouldn't have cooked him thoroughly would have been odd.
It is possible it is some sort of trick.
We do not know those of the clan that are touched, so it might be something inherent in his blood.
Or something he's picked up along the way.
He has done a lot of drinking, from what I understood, from what Gwen has said.
He's been known very much in element that stay away. Make sure that you do not come across him.
Yes, well, he is under our roof for at least a few nights.
And
Excuse me while I go, yay.
and as much as the two of you, I'm assuming, do not trust your little sister, she seems to understand her traveling companion enough to keep him in line as
Also,
best she can.
also, she thinks.
It is impossible to control a Malkavian,
You have
but
better luck controlling the weather, my friend.
indeed. And Snatcher's eyes will just quickly cut over to Olga, like, can she do that?
Peregrine says nothing.
So a La Sombra civil war, do you...
Oh, I
Yes.
certainly would believe it. Okay. I'm not sure how Toreador, especially French Toreador, do things, but I will tell you that the La Sombra are inherently ruthless
Yes.
and
Unfortunately.
treat their child as such, usually
Unfortunately.
as pawns, property, fodder. And it is survival of the fittest.
But it's coming to a head,
Exactly.
it seems.
Children are rebelling.
Mhm.
Not just here in Transylvania, but also in the West.
Yes.
Children are getting tired of being used by abusive sires.
I mean, they seem to be... I mean, being used as bait against the Inquisition.
Yes, because of course
mean-
the elders would do such.
Deplorable practice, really.
I mean, if push comes to shove, would you?
Would I throw
would you deal with it?
Sherazina to the wolves? No.
I mean, I hope not, but
The
I have
Inquisition
given
would-
her a city. Unfortunately, she has to rule beside her brother, but you know... Hey. But anyway, no, I have set her up for success. If her brother gets out the line, she can eat him and rule in his stead. So it's fine. But,
She was taught by a good little Sombra, I would say this.
but no, I encourage those with the potential to foster it and grow. I
Right.
am very upset that the position we find ourselves is somewhere in the middle. We are not elders, but we are not young. We have our own beefs with the elders. And no real true slights from the young until lately. Because the young are lashing out.
even at those who should not have been targets.
Exactly.
well, they feel that they will be.
Exactly.
Even if you had offered them the grandest hospitality and treated them with respect.
Exactly. So, I firmly believe we will not just have to deal with Moors on our borders. We will have to deal with anarchs at our gates as well. And who knows, maybe some Roman Catholics decide they want to try to convert the Orthodoxy. That'll be funny. The
They are more
schism
than
has
wel-
happened. Let it go.
They are more than welcome to set up a church in our religious district, but they must
No,
share
they're not.
space.
A small chapel, maybe.
Oh, that's reasonable.
A hut in the corner.
A small chapel may... No. The religion here is Orthodoxy. That is the Serbian faith. There are others that are represented in our religious district. We are progressive in that way. But the state religion is Orthodoxy. And even if those damn Turks take this place, I will make damn sure it stays orthodoxy here.
I can get any who would not convert for safety to safety elsewhere. Oh, one moment. Storyteller.
Yes.
I'm gonna real quick do a check-in with rats.
Okay.
See if they've noticed anything uptick of more humans coming in, more of us coming in, other things around the border or approaching the city. Because I know my rats go outside the city too. It's not just
Well, they
around
go wherever
here,
they can
but
find fucking food.
yeah. Yeah, they're rats.
They're rats.
Rat's gonna rat. But I'm just seeing if they have any updates of like specifically like foot traffic of who's coming and who's going, that sort of thing.
They're not the best at finding kindred all the time, but
no, they're not going to give details.
But they'll notice groups of people coming in because groups of people means more food. There hasn't been anything out of the ordinary that you've heard. There are some smugglers that from some of your other contacts that you would have expected to have seen in the city by now that haven't been in the city lately.
Brilliant.
But that could be anything.
It could be anything from them dying to being arrested to any number of happenings.
Yes. But trade is going as expected. I mean, it did take y'all 50 years to rebuild after the plague, but trade is, as expected, building back up, especially now that Gwen is back here to put her hand back on shit.
I will also fill everyone in on what the rats told me for that. I am uncertain as to what the next strategic step should be.
I imagine in the wake of Lucita and Anatole, there will be others that come. We need to make sure that they respect us.
The gut reaction is going to be to shore up, to put sand against the flood, but that might look like we are preparing for war instead of welcoming.
Exactly. That's why I say make sure the guards are alert. Snatcher, make sure your rats are ready to report quickly.
Always.
And Gwen, the people of the city, your little birds, anything, let us know.
As soon as I find anything, I will let you know. Especially, I know many like to go to the houses of ill repute.
Of course.
There are houses of ill repute in this city?
Of course there are.
Of course.
My God.
I know.
They're everywhere.
I have drop-off points at 3 of them.
How do you think I do most of my business trading? They make sure that they have softened them up so that we can work the business contracts. And by the time they sign, they don't realize it.
I will also do my best to try and have the under element of our city slowed down. The last thing we need during siege is crime.
Correct. Do we want to start looking at creating an artistic district for Eve and the others that might lend themselves to those professions?
Absolutely.
I have that. It's in the trade district. We can then extend it from there.
Absolutely. Let's work on that.
Yeah.
Because I have them doing scribes and such, I can make an extension. That is no problem. If you want an artistic district, I can move
Very
part of
much.
my trade for it.
Yeah, I'm not saying that we should expand to a full district, because even the Library of Alexandria was burned when it was taken. But
Mourning that.
art does make people more calm.
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that. I have had ideas of a community project. People can participate in like a large mural of sorts. Regardless of artistic ability, they would only have a small square, and given the correct colors and the right part of the wall, they were given that, and they'll be participating in a large artistic endeavor.
I'm going to put my hand on Eve's shoulder. My friend, mentally prepare yourself for all the dicks that are going to be on this mural.
You fellas will fly.
Oh, welcome to Belgrade.
Now I know I must be a participant in this project.
Oh, if you did not think I was going to draw a phallus on this wall, you are mistaken, my friend.
There's a squeak in the corner of the room from one of the rats.
I crouch down and
He's got a
get on its level.
He's got a rolled up piece of paper tied around his neck.
Oh,
common way that you get stuff from the gate.
Mm-hmm. I'll pull it out and then from my pocket produce like a decent wedge of bread that I just hand over to the rat in exchange.
Oh, it gobbles that shit up and just sits there looking at you.
And I'll unfurl it.
It says, there is a man in monk's robes at the gate asking permission to enter the city and speak with Saint Olga and Lord Augustine.
I'll definitely fill everyone in on that. I can't recall. Do you know any monks? And I'll roll it back up.
Why are we suddenly the famous ones in the city?
La Sombra.
It's your fault for being high clan.
And for being a literal saint.
This is true.
That was our sire's doing. I will use it to my advantage.
And if I recall, wasn't his doing posthumous?
It was, of course. Well, all saints have to die to be sainted. But
you chose a different way to die. It's fine.
I will point out you can always send the rat back with a note to the guards to have him escorted to your place.
Whoever it is, I have a decent idea who this might be.
If it is who I think it is, maybe we should meet him in the church.
That is a good idea.
Where our relic that we found has resided for so long.
Yes.
Congratulations to the both of you. May this meeting be lucrative and patient.
Yes. Tell our sister if she comes back here that she needs to stay put.
Yes, please.
She will.
Didn't your sister mention black robes? Does the note mention the color of the robes, or does it just say monks?
It says monk robes, I would assume a habit.
They are usually brown.
But she said wearing black ones.
Yes, and if there's only one, we deal with him.
Yes.
And if it's a member of the Inquisition asking directly for Olga
us
and Augustine,
by name,
No.
That takes some guts.
then
It's
yes,
also
they have
something- it's
more.
also-
They have more testicles than sense.
Yes. And this is definitely a man I would want to meet.
Yes,
either that or
just
they
the
have somehow...
audacity.
Just to see
Either
the
that-
wheelbarrow he carries his balls in.
And
You know
then
what,
he,
Will? I will take Eves over to the district, so we're close if you need, shall we say, support.
Thank you.
Good.
So he could
Good.
see stuff, and
Yes.
we'll be right
Snatcher,
by.
you stay
Yes.
here, though. Advise Lucita to stay put, because I think it might be our sire here.
I am also going to have a small conversation with her if it's allowed.
Of course.
Mind
If she
yourself around
chooses
her.
to.
Good luck.
So while Olga and Augustine head over to the church to have this monk escorted, Snatcher, we might as well handle your scene first because you're pretty close to Lucida.
On the way, I'm just going to pull up next to Gwen before we leave the actual castle. Gwen, please, for me, find the best wall to draw dicks on.
Okay, but you know what? I will make sure they're of the finest Spanish cock I have ever seen.
Oh, like Spanish
But
style.
But they will tell you this, it's going to be more of a rooster than an actual dick because, yes, I have not seen those. I've seen the rooster.
You haven't seen a dick before?
That's fine.
In
I
all
don't
your
need to.
time?
And I've never had to deal with anything like that. Let's just say it will be a lovely Spanish rooster for you.
Sure.
Okay.
Show her some of your life portraits so that she can see a dick in her life.
No, I'm good. I don't need to see such things.
I don't have much such things unless you're willing to pay for it.
Oh, be
I'll
praised.
pay for it. Sure. You let me know how much it is.
Artist mentality has not changed from the Dark Ages to the modern
Not
era.
at all, bro. All about that bottom dollar.
It's
like,
if there's
you
a
gonna fucking
commission
pay
of
me?
us, I will.
No, it's okay. I don't need certain things to be seen. I
You
will
discuss it
make,
amongst
I agree.
yourselves.
I will make sure it's a beautiful rooster,
Sure.
worthy of your name.
Welcome to Dark Ages, Beetlespock.
So Snatcher, as you approach Lucida's room, do you knock on the door, or do you just walk in because this is your?
No, I listen first.
You don't hear much of anything. Fabric making noises. That's about it.
I will knock, but simultaneously as I knock, I will then also just enter.
And as you enter the room, you find Lucida. She has removed the entire her clothes. She's got them in her lap, and she appears to be sewing. But the thing that strikes your eye is the marks on her back, lash marks.
Like scars?
Yes. And her head turns as you come in, and she just looks at you, and I mean, her lithe body, you can tell whip thin, but her back is definitely marked, and she appears to be sewing, fixing her traveling clothes that she hasn't had a chance to do until now.
Are you free for a quick discussion?
Of course. You're not going to ask me to have modesty like some others do, are you?
I don't feel arousal, and I shut the door.
Neither do I. That was beaten out of me at some point.
Also, modesty is meant for those whose reproductive functions work only man to woman. I, as Cainite, can have my own children. So what use do I have for another?
You would be unique amongst many of our kind. Many of our kind still try to play the game as if they were alive.
I did once.
This is the first chance I've had to mend my clothes and not be afraid for a little while. What can I do for you, Lord Snatcher?
You seemed rattled by the fall of your founder.
Yes, why wouldn't I be? Our founder, he has lived through so much. He has been around so much. His power was unmatched, and yet fell to his own child through treachery in the heart and the strength of La Sombra in our own castle in Italy, where it should not have been taken. You don't understand how this, not only his death, but his death while we guarded him. It is a failure of La Sombra as a whole.
I must not understand your clan's culture as well as I thought, because I would think that all La Sombra would see this for what it is. You are simply trimming away more gristle from the meat.
No, this was Greciano. Always was a coward. He was nothing. He should have been destroyed long ago.
I should also say, speaking as a Nosferatu, founders are old, influential beyond what we truly know of influence. And I do not for a moment believe that your founder has been killed. I cannot. Not by something that is their child.
Look at what happened to Salute. The damn upstarts took his power.
And I don't believe he's gone either.
The castle was destroyed. The body was destroyed. All those who were there say, our Lord was destroyed. Even Montano. And Montano is one of the few who you cannot question his honor.
No. But you should always question the perceptions of those who viewed events you were not present for.
No, I was not. And I am thankful because I would have been destroyed. I would not have bowed down. I would not have been forced into revolt. And I will admit, my sire and I have a difference of opinion on many things. He is why I have these. And she points toward the scars on her back. But there's a difference between disagreeing with my sire and betraying the clan and causing this civil war. One, you're correct. Maybe we could have forgiven the death of La Sombra as the way of things, but to cause the clan to splinter at a time when strength is needed, that can't be forgiven.
There will be difficulty, no doubt.
Difficulty. Anatole has seen that these anarchs, this is something else. This is something bigger. And I will point out, Snatcher, that in all the previous times you've met her, she has not been introspective like this. She was actually a bratty little bitch every other time you've met her.
Yeah, she's much more centered and kind of rattled at the same time. I simply wished to offer my perspective as one of the Low Clan. Especially mine. I will not share detail, but we understand how founders work in many intimate ways.
Well, in time, you may come to thank the fact that you're considered a low clan. That makes you less of a target than many of the others.
It's amazing how many people forget that to walk upon the earth, it must be stable under your feet.
Can you believe that the anarchs led by a Bruja claimed to have killed Hardestat in his own castle?
It is not easy to kill a Ventru.
That's true.
I doubt that will ever be the case.
But they didn't do it through treachery like Graciano did. They did it through sheer force of arms. Think on that. They took a Ventru on in his own castle. Using physical might.
The Venture are known for their resilience, just as the Bruhar are known for their brutality.
I don't know where this Anarch revolt is going, but it doesn't bode well for anyone.
For the moment, it might just be best to sit by, wait, see what becomes of it, and do not participate unless something of yours has been taken from you.
And has something been taken from you?
Yes. The Anarch that did it will be known to me, and I will rip off his head.
You see, even here in your city, the revolt has come to you as well.
Of course, it's everywhere.
The roads are not safe. The city is not safe. There is nowhere safe left.
No. But you can still do your best to guard yourself and what is yours.
We do.
I would hope that one of the Shadow Dancers is not losing any sense of courage.
Oh, no. But there's a difference between courage and stupidity.
Indeed.
You can do no good in the times to come if you are dead. And Anatole has a lot of work left to do. So we travel as God sends us. And in this case, God told us to come here. And he was not wrong. We have been given shelter.
Snatcher's going to reach in and take out just a decent handful of currency and place it into her hand. For if you want to buy some new clothes, we have quite a few interesting selections.
Yeah. The problem with new clothes is they're obviously new. These are well worn, and once patched will make it a little harder for us to be remembered. It's just another worn traveler on the road. That is the secret in these nights.
I give her a bit more money and say, and there, for other expenses. We can consider it just a small, and I'll pat her shoulder, favor.
And when you touch her shoulder, she flinches a little bit.
And I'll pull away when she does.
Sorry, I'm not. Touching is an issue still. After my last visit with dear father.
Apologies, I am too used to the habits of your older brother.
He has definitely avoided. He's been very lucky.
Speak with both of them. You'll like what your siblings have to say. And then I'll leave her to her sewing.
And she finishes sewing up her stuff. And you notice over by the bed, she has laid a hell of a collection of knives. You didn't see them on her when she came in. She didn't have her sword like last time, but she had a nice collection of knives. All of them look easily hidden.
Is Anatole in the room with her?
Yes, he's laying there staring at the ceiling, not moving.
Okay, so he's on the bedding and stuff like that?
Catatonic.
All right. Like completely, like would-be torpor catatonic?
Not moving, not blinking, just staring.
I'll give him acknowledgement that I know probably won't be acknowledged back and then leave.
Okay. Now we'll flash to Yves and Peregrine. You all have anything to talk about as you're wandering the city?
Gwen is actually going to start pointing out certain buildings, certain trade markets, as well as the school where she has the trade being taught between the widows, the orphans, anyone else that wants to come in. She'll actually walk into the main area and
do you show him the stone slab where you had a Ventru under it Is Zamitzi locked under it that you trapped? Do you show him that slab?
Maybe. Just to see his reaction.
Were you all administered justice and starved as Zamitzi?
Mm-hmm. Just go, yeah. That was the place that we took care of the Zamitzi. He did not live after, 50, 60 years? I don't remember.
What did he do to...
Oh, he was trying to take over the city and poison the people against us.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He deserved it. I mean, look, if he came out and talked to us, we might maybe have done something, but he said no. I'm just going to undermine all of you, and, well, he underestimated us, and, well, this was his lesson. Never underestimate us.
Noted. Although I've kind of been noticing that for the past decade or so.
It's okay, no problem. I mean, you understand how we work, it's fine, no problem.
It's different, but not a
Look,
formal court system as much.
look. When the 788 years old you be, you tell me how we going to do these things, you know?
Storyteller is so I have been here for 13 years since the beginning of the century. I probably have walked these streets.
You have, but I don't think
'Cause
Gwen
I
has
want-
taken you on a private tour of the streets before.
No.
She is almost
Well,
always at night down in the trade district or at the where the schools are doing her stuff.
I want to notice any, it's my habit to notice any unseen paths, any paths less traveled within maybe certain alleyways, and just notice not many people go this way. Maybe because of
The
rumors of
closer you
vampires.
get to your layers that you all live in under the keep, the more you see that. Of course, then again, your lair is one giant secret hidden place.
Yeah.
It is full of secret passageways. It is full of oddities. Sometimes your maps are not correct, which to you is odd because your maps are always correct.
Are always.
It is an odd place.
I start mentally noting these new paths and to update some maps.
But for the city itself, it doesn't change, but there's definite places people avoid. The closer you get to your lair, the more places you'll start to find people avoid. And as you're looking around, though, a raven lands on your shoulder.
Good evening.
And it looks at you, and its head, you swear there's intelligence in its eyes as its head looks up and down. Then it looks over at Peregrine. Go.
She will actually, she remembers, and she'll put take a little shiny bauble out of her pocket and hand it to him. And she will,
he
she'll just
grabs
say-
it with one of his claws are slightly smaller than the other, and he grabs it with the smaller claw and just sits there and bobs up and down. And then he looks over at Eves and kind of goes like he's going to poke you, but doesn't, and then looks back at Peregrine.
It's okay. Descendant of Longwing, and she'll point to the thing. Snatcher is there. I cannot speak your language, sorry.
And
Let's
it's
go
the
for
funniest thing. It
Snatcher.
almost looks like a shrug. Almost. With the
You
wings.
don't know just. Do you want to speak to Snatcher, or do you not wish to speak to Spirit? You tell me.
Is this bird giving us sass?
Yes.
And it once
Absolutely.
again almost pokes Eves and then looks back at you.
Peregrine gently pokes a wing. See, look.
What language did you say you don't speak its language? What language do you speak? Does it speak?
Well,
Is it just
bird.
bird?
Yes.
Oh.
It is bird, yes?
What?
It's a bird. I do
yes,
not
I
speak
guess
bird.
so. I didn't know what answers I was expecting. Possibly German. I know German, so I don't know.
I speak German too. I speak like 6 different languages.
Oh, you're
I've
very
been
well
around
traveled.
long. I lived longer.
I forgot
than
about
you.
that.
It's okay. I don't talk about it much. It's okay.
Yeah, it is.
It's like a snatcher talks to rat. That's a rat language. This is bird language. He's squeaking and squeaking to rat. Then he caw to bird.
I would like to see that, actually.
Okay, let's go find Snatcher. He'll be able to talk.
I'm kind of like, please don't poop on me. On my shirt.
It jumps up and actually lands on top of your head. It's not digging its claws in, but it's actually holding your hair. And it's bopping up and down. And the way it's making noise, it might be a laugh, but you're not sure. I mean, because birds don't laugh. But
no,
it might be laughing.
Did you when we get the Snatcher, I'm like,
she'll offer her shoulder to Smallclaw if he wants to. If it feels more comfortable.
It's Small Claw. They know the name of it.
Oh,
you haven't met him because he doesn't come to the city as often here lately. There's a lot going on in the world.
This.
It looks at you and it dodges your hands.
No, I'm just trying to get anything that's possibly on my head or
nothing. It dodges your hands. It'll hop up when your hands go up and it lands right back down. But after a couple times doing that, it gives like an indignant squawk and then flies up into the air and takes off.
Okay, maybe he goes to see Snatcher.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm kind of like eyeing. This is kind of maybe preparing if it's going to swoop down any second.
Or get dive bombed.
At least you're not talking to the werewolves.
Yeah. You have problems with those. I mean, or at least I know. But, I mean, I've heard rumors of something that happened about a century ago.
Many things have happened. Many things have not happened. Rumors like to spread half-truths around the world. How do you think we do the scribing here?
Yeah.
Come. I show you where you can do your art, and then you can tell Augustine where he can throw his cocks all over the place. I'm sure he will dip his into some kind of paint and slap it in the wall.
If it's the local art scene to do that, and then who am I to intrude? But
no, Augustine is just being Augustine. He is a cock at times.
Yeah.
Say cock, dick. I don't know. The languages, they interchange all over the place. I've spent 70 years in a place where all I spoke is Arabic.
Like he likes his phalluses because he's like balls in a wheelbarrow. It's like it's drawing dicks on the wall.
That's a Spanish custom. No, it's a Spanish euphemism. They measure all of their stuff on how big and how small and however they are in that department. It's nothing but a cockfist, literally. It's pretty bad. Don't go to Spain. It's not worth it.
I haven't been, but...
So as you all are having this lovely conversation, and Augustine and Olga are heading into the chapel waiting...
No, it's an actual church.
Or the church.
Yeah.
For the guard to, one of the great guards.
Or so it's turned into an actual church.
Yeah, waiting for the gate guards to bring the monk in. And Snatcher was having a nice conversation with Lucida. I think right here, everybody, we're going to go to break. We will be back in 10 minutes, everybody. Actually, a little more than 10 minutes because it is 10 minutes. That's right. So we will see you all after the break. And welcome back. Yes, Augustine commenting on Me True. Before the break, this group of Canaanites, Lucida and Anatole showed up. And told him some of the events going on in the world and even relayed the events surrounding Lasombra's death. And then Peregrine and Eves took a walk around the city as right after Augustine was describing all the many cocks he apparently once drawn on the city walls for some reason. I don't understand that. And they also met Small Claw, which is descendant of Longwing, the Korax, that he just wanted to know what Eve's name was, but nobody would tell him because they didn't figure it out because they don't speak bird. And Snatcher had a wonderful conversation with Lucida and got a little bit more of her point of view of the events of the world. But as we're left off right to go to break, Olga and Augustine were at the church waiting on this monk. And as you're waiting, 3 of the guards from the gate come up, escorting. He's a short man. He's in monk's habit. But you can give me wits awareness, or no, perception awareness, sorry. Augustine, I know you have a specialization, though, that you might be able to use.
I do. Detect weakness.
Yes, you can use that one. And remember, this one, you don't get exploding 10s. You just get, 2 successes per 10 if you have a specialization.
I got 3.
3? Let's see what Augustine gets.
I got 3.
You got 3? Both of you realize with the way he's moving, he's wearing probably looks like chainmail, or chain halberd under his monk's robes. He is definitely not a defenseless monk. Though he has the monk's palate with the hair shaved in the middle. And when he is brought into the church, he nods to both of you and he looks at the guards and he looks back to you two.
Who are you?
I am instructed to only speak to you two with no others.
Guards, leave us.
Yes, ma'am. Or yes, my lady, sorry. And they turn and walk out. I bear tidings. In 4 days' time, Cardinal Maledictus will arrive in your city. He expects hospitality and to be greeted.
Of course.
I will stay here until he arrives.
How long will he be staying with us in our hospitality?
The Cardinal doesn't tell a servant such as I those plans.
Of course not. We'll get no other information from him. He was tasked to do one thing. The priest here will ensure that you have appropriate quarters.
All I need is a cell.
It will be granted.
Yeah. Please, before you are taken to your cell, show respect to our relic.
And he looks up and he does the sign of the cross.
Excellent.
And the priest here is actually Olga's ghoul. And she tells him, this monk will be staying for a few days or longer. He needs a cell.
Yes, Lady Olga, I will make sure he has one of the cells from one of our recent departures.
Excellent. See to his needs while he is here.
And the man doesn't say anything else. He follows the priest.
4 days until a storm is descended upon us.
Yes, a great storm of flatulence.
Do we want to keep Lucita around? Project a kind of united front against him. He holds on so tightly to the 3 of us. Perhaps it is time to start asking for more of a leash to be extended. Look at what we have done here. Don't look at what she's done, because that's a different story. But the two of us, how, like you have said, how much honor, how much glory have we brought to him in our deeds?
I don't hear his name whispered around Transylvania. I don't hear his reputation increasing here. Whatever he is doing and saying in Spain does not move east. He has no influence here. We do.
The bond is what troubles me.
Of course, as it should.
He's going to enforce it again.
Of course, as he will.
We need to start breaking it.
I have ideas. We should talk to our sister. She knows him most intimately.
Too intimately.
Oh, indeed, but she will know things that we do not.
I will mockingly do the sign of the cross to our relic.
Olga doesn't even bother. What a
I need to
save,
start
right?
practicing. I need to start practicing before he shows up.
Of course.
Yes, let us go speak to the
But
little
after
light.
we leave the church, just in case, Olga will say, yes, and if his monk overheard anything, he will not leave this church.
I chose not to speak in hushed tones.
Yes,
A test of faith for the monk.
yes. But truly, I'm not certain now is the time. But let's speak to Lucita. She knows him more intimately and more recently than we do.
Now might be the best time to do it.
Perhaps.
With the anarchs rising, we need to be able to move amongst them.
But he is also on guard. It is better to catch him when he's complacent.
Will he ever be complacent?
Absolutely, he will be if he survives this. His hubris will cause it.
He's going to need a bigger wheelbarrow.
But not for his balls. For
Oh,
his
no, those are
for,
tiny.
for his bullshit. Yes.
So you all are heading back
Mm-hmm.
to your keep.
Mhm.
Do you do you want to gather everybody to warn them, or are you just going to go straight to talk to Lucita?
We're going to go to Lucita first.
Okay.
Then we'll advise the rest of the group. Because we have some knights.
Yeah, if I see a guard on the way, I will tell them to gather the others, that we have something to tell them.
Okay. Well, there's wandering patrols, night watch.
Yeah.
Not just to keep down Snatcher's little companions and his friends that like to steal things, but fire watch in a city of this size. You got to worry about, fires at night. So I'm sure you can inform a guard that if they see Gwen or Eves, they can inform them.
Yeah.
And we'll advise the servants in the keep once we are in there.
Yep.
So, but yes, we will go see Lucita first.
Okay. And as you go to the room, do you knock on the door? Or do you just walk in?
I gesture to the door.
I will do as Snatcher did. Give a knock and enter.
And as you enter the room, you come in. Anatole is still staring at the ceiling. Lucida, though, she's facing the door as the door opens, with her arms behind her back.
It is only us, sister. You are safe here. For now.
And she pulls her hands from behind her back with a pair of, they're thin, needle-sharp daggers.
Mm-hmm. Good to know that you are on edge, though. Wise.
I will be fair, sister. I'm still not sure what side you're on yet. I'm sure you understand. In the nature of hospitality, I will be honest.
I will be honest with you, dear sister, as it seems you have done some growing up finally, which makes me very pleased. I am on my side.
I can accept that.
Because
As am I.
ultimately, who else is going to ensure I survive?
And she goes and steps over and puts the two knives up under the edge of the bed where Anatole's laying. I know you didn't come for a social call.
No, is he all right?
Yes, he's like this after one of his particularly powerful visions. He will probably lay like this until sunrise, and then he will sleep the day, and then come nightfall tomorrow, he'll be up and moving again.
All right.
I'll take the time to repair his clothes. And you notice her clothes has been sewn up, patches put in place. I'll fix his later tonight.
Oh, we can have someone take care of that for you if you wish.
No, I will do it. He is particular,
Understood.
unfortunately.
Understood. Yes, a monk has visited to give announcement that our sire will be here in 4 nights.
Shit.
Kada is coming.
I will be leaving tomorrow.
Is that what you are running from?
No, not him specifically, but given the events, I have no desire for him to pull that leash once again.
That
Not
is
so soon.
part of the reason we wanted to talk to you. I believe that we should show him a united front. Stand against him in his enforcement of the bond, so that we might start having some of that leash that you wish to have.
You say that. It's easy to say it when he's not here. But once you're before him, the bond is what it is. You won't be able to deny him. You won't be able to refute him. If it was that easy, I would have already done it. During one of
been
my
by yourself
lessons.
with the light. You have always been by yourself. Now we are united.
I've had
Anatole
more
has
reason.
brought you here for some reason.
I've had
Maybe
more
this is it.
reasons than any to wish to break that hold he has over us.
Of course you have.
Those lessons he teaches me every time still doesn't break. That
Because you are strong.
not that easy. You know that man won't give up what's his.
You won't.
All right.
You want my advice? Appease him. Say whatever it takes.
Well, that's what I've always done. I've manipulated him every time.
And he'll go on his way. I wish I had it in me to appease him. But I don't. I never have. That's the problem.
I say what needs to be said, he goes on his way, and then I do what I want to do.
It's much easier when he's not there, isn't it?
It is. It is.
We leave tomorrow. We will have a 3-day head start.
You will. I will come up with a solution for us, little sister. Don't you worry about that.
I extend my hand out to her.
And she takes it, and unlike the last couple times, her hand now is well calloused. A swordsman's hand.
You have been practicing.
I've gotten much better, but I have ways to go. It's not enough to be better.
You must be the best.
And that's the hope. It's the only way we'll survive. The only way I'll survive.
I will not try to dissuade you from leaving tomorrow if that is your wish, and Anatole is up for it. But I do wish that you would remember that until you choose to stand your ground, you will continue to run.
Yes.
And this is not a life that I see for you.
But in my case, yes, I will run. But I kind of, in many ways, enjoy making him chase me.
That is
pay
a
for
kink
it.
that I cannot talk about.
I pay for it every time.
I'm sure you do.
But he still has to chase me. Tell him I was here. Tell him he just missed me.
Oh, I'm sure that
You
he will
know
love
he
that.
travels in such a group, he will not be able to catch
Of
the
course.
two of us.
Of course not.
Mhm.
Augustine, allow me a moment with her.
Of course. I rub my thumb on her hand, very fatherly, and I go, maybe think about the sword. It has more of a distance between you and your enemy than a knife.
I have had a sword. It was lost in the travels. I broke it
I'll
off.
make sure a new one is left for you before you leave.
Yes.
Ladies,
Thank
I
you.
leave you to your
Hopefully
discussion.
one that won't break after I cleave a neck or two.
Hopefully.
We have excellent smiths here.
And I will walk out, bow to the two of them, and step away.
I mean what I say, sister. You barely know me.
I know of you. I know your reputation. You've always served yourself,
Oh, indeed.
which is understandable.
But I also deliver what I promise.
I wish you luck in breaking free of him. Anatole assures me that one day I shall be free.
You will. We all will.
And I trust him on that.
Good.
He has never lied to me.
Is he good to you?
He is an interesting companion. I see more of the world than I ever thought possible. And the mission he has, he walks the path God has set forth. And at least for a time, I'm on the same path with him. You, though, you and your friends, Anatole only has some of his strongest visions when he sees you.
He says we are on the road of destiny. But
Unfortunately, you know how destiny tends to treat our kind.
no, of course. Of course. And I don't put a whole lot of stock in that myself. Any destiny I've ever had, I've made for myself.
Take care to guard your lands against these anarchs.
You take care to survive, little sister. You are growing into one hell of a La Sombra.
Survival is what I do. And I'll be fair, he's no slouch either.
Oh, I'm certain he's not.
He has consumed enough that he has gained a lot in power over these past decades.
Yes. It is funny. The last time I did it, I left a piece with others of his clan so they could know I did it. Now there's only one of them left standing. But, truly, we will ensure that you have the gear that you need tomorrow.
No horses.
Of course not. I know you prefer to go by foot.
Horses can't stand the sight or to be around. Anatole, he bothers them more than most of our kind.
Mm-hmm. I am proud of you, little sister.
We'll be fair. I am proud of what you've done. You've held a city in this land of all places.
Not even plague could take it from my grasp.
Plague was rough.
Who you talking to? I know this.
But the Inquisition is a plague all on its own.
Oh, indeed it is. Indeed it is. And if they want to come to the lands beyond the woods, they may not like what they find. There are monsters here greater than them. Greater than us. Ancient things.
You speak of the one who sleeps in the land.
Oh, there's more than just him. Trust. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and may your day sleep be restful.
And thank you for your hospitality, sister.
Of course.
I am in your debt, as is Anatole.
Someday you will repay.
Oh, I'm sure.
And she turns and leaves.
Okay. And by the time you leave, Gwen and Yves is back, and Snatcher never left. So Snatcher, I'm sure, is gathered up.
I've mainly probably just been consorting with rats, making sure that they're disseminated properly and all that stuff.
Hey, when you say consorting with rats, I see you having a rat tea party.
Mhm.
We are at a table, but there is no tea.
Rats have little plates with bread and cheese and little bits of food on it, and they're all sitting around eating it.
And they all know they're allowed to take it whenever they just want to go. They're rats. They have more freedoms than people, really.
Before they
Change
come in,
places.
Right. I think before they the Lasombre decide to join, Peregrine's going to tell Snatcher as they come in, going, the small claw came by to meet the Eves. I cannot speak Crow or the Raven or the
No, I
bird
can't.
talk. And
I didn't know
couldn't
Crow was a
tell-
language.
It is a language. So if you can see Smuggler at some point and tell him his name, I'm assuming, I don't know. I gave him a bubble, a shiny thing to say hello, but that's as far as we went.
One would think he would simply transform and ask.
That is too.
Yes.
You cut off all of a sudden there. Gwen, you muted on accident.
God damn it, Ben, stop it.
Yeah.
That is too easy to change and talk to us. I don't know. Maybe he likes to do his crow thingy.
His ancestors did not seem to have difficulty with turning, but they just chose not to. Perhaps it's a family line issue.
As I walk in, I clap my hands. So, would you like to have the good news or the bad news?
Bad.
Any news?
They cancel each other out.
Start with the bad.
They
I
don't.
mean, it's mathematically there.
Bad is worse. The bad news is that Moncada is coming.
Oh,
4 nights time.
It's a shame I won't be in the city when he arrives.
A real shame. I recommend that the 3 of you not to be available.
No, we will be quite disposed.
No. The good news is that Lucita and Anatole will be out of our hair tomorrow.
Okay, the good goes to worse, back to good. Okay.
Mhm.
It is good that she will not be here.
Mhm.
Your sire is less impressive by the night.
Oh, what did he do now?
What hasn't he done?
I mean, for Snatcher to say something like this is bad.
From what I have seen, he has clearly left a mark or two.
At that, Olga comes in and says, of course he beats the shit out of her.
And because of his vile faith, it seems to actually leave scarring. I will not say more.
He was nearly toppled for attempting it with me. I had friends in Constantinople. There's a reason I went into a self-induced torpor to avoid that bastard.
Right.
A wise move.
No.
Shame you cannot do it again.
Oh, I could. But I would miss so much.
So we have 4 nights to figure out how to appease him so that he does not stay more than a single night in our city.
You put your best Christians forward. Isn't he all about the whole religious thing still?
Yes, he has sent a monk, who is now staying at the church.
Oh, good. The one place I will always avoid.
Would this be the church that your regnant resides?
Yes.
Oh, how convenient and absolutely useful.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Yes.
So we will play, show Yves all of the underground in 4 days' time.
Yes,
you're
yes.
going to get an extensive tour. I suggest bringing tools from map
I
making.
recommend that the 3 of you are busy managing aspects of the city during his visit.
Indeed. I can spend my entire evening at the docks sorting through stolen goods.
Absolutely, and we can send word by Rat when he is departing.
Yes.
We can have a great bonding experience.
My rats will know to avoid him especially. They already do.
Not to interrupt you, Snatcher, but I think perhaps given that you said you would be in the docks, maybe this would be a good time to take Eve out on a boat and give him a view of the city from the river.
That would be a good idea.
That could be excellent.
It would be so hard to get the messenger to you if you're on a boat.
That would be such a view.
It would be. You'll love it. Believe me, I've seen it. Especially when the lights are all glowing and looks pretty against the water.
Mm-hmm.
And Snatcher just under his breath in English just says, Toreador. Toreador, sorry, I think I whispered that.
Gwen just looks over at Snatcher. Really?
So
some of it is ingrained habit, you must understand.
I know.
What does your sire plan on doing here?
Oh, I'm certain that he is coming to reaffirm his bond over us.
Establish dominance.
Establish dominance because we've been thriving without him.
Oh, he's jealous.
Oh, of course.
Oh, God.
He is completely petty.
And possessive from what they have told us of him.
And domineering, and he's just an arsehole.
Which is why we will be on the water when he arrives.
If you've ever wanted to know the biggest cock, that is him.
That is very much him.
We even have some boats where we may be able to rest the day if we so need.
After he leaves, though, Gwen, I would like to have a discussion with you.
Okay.
I
hope.
Perhaps I would like your insight.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, yes, because I want to figure out a way to eventually eliminate the problem.
Oh, yes.
If it helps.
Well. Oh. Go ahead.
If it helps for you at all, I am capable of hiding all of us.
Oh, that's going to be a bonding period,
I don't think it will be necessary. I don't think now is the time. Right now, my instincts are telling me, okay, I'm going to tell you, I trust my instincts, especially when it comes to dealing with asshole men. And I will tell you why, because I not only survived, but I thrived in spite of asshole men all my life, okay? So literally, I don't see now is the time to make a move. Now is the time to make him think he has power and control. He is fearful. Based on the missive that Augustine sent to me, I can read between the lines. He is fearful. He is grasping on to the things he can control because he is fearful that he is going to lose everything. He is coming to assert his dominance and control over us. I guarantee it. Or he's going to try to use us to solve his problems. One of the other. And then, well, I just serve his fat ass on a silver platter. But literally, I really believe that for now, bide time. He's on edge, reactionary, doing things. It will make him hypervigilant. Young ones are uprising against their sires all around the known world. He is hypervigilant. Don't go do it now. Wait until he gets complacent. When he thinks that the worst of it is done, then we strike.
There may be a little less of my thing to, shall we say, poison his well to help you with that situation when it comes time.
I suppose simply call upon me when you actually need the assistance then.
Willpower roll from Olga and Augustine.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
I will tell you that he is probably going to take our relic, just so you're aware.
Oh no.
Difficulty 6?
I got 5.
Actually, difficulty's 9.
Oh.
Oh, man. Well, I had 2.
I
Olga
got
got
3.
1.
No, 2.
Actually,
Yeah.
Because I got a 1.
No, I got 2.
1 doesn't, yeah, but 1 won't eliminate the 10, so you got 2, okay?
I got
Yep, 2.
2 and a 9.
Yeah,
The 1 eliminates the 9.
right, exactly.
So I got 2 10s.
Yep. And Augustine got 2. You are very uncomfortable with any talk of eliminating him, and you will not discuss eliminating Moncada anymore tonight as you feel the bond tighten your tongues.
Hmm. He is going to take our relic. So whatever that has done for our city, we are going to lose.
It can still be spun as a point of pride. It was then retrieved by a cardinal.
True.
Simply utilize the advantages granted to you, even if you both are going to be in less than ideal standing. But much like the plague, this will pass.
No, it's a good thing that, certain objects certifiably belonging to Saint Olga are in the church now, too.
This is true.
It's almost like I like to have insurance.
I don't think that even he would take that from you.
Oh. I have more trinkets if he does.
Eve. Getting too close to their sire, you begin to feel a hatred for the self. Palpably. I don't know if you have ever encountered ones of faith. And I do not mean priests, I mean ones of faith.
True faith.
It burns. Be aware.
I've only thought that was a myth, but
No, it is
is
very
for the
real.
warning.
a myth scared me out of a church.
I see.
Yep.
His
So-
presence alone.
Yeah, so it's best that the three of you are busy doing other things.
We'll
Yes.
get my Catholic self out of his way.
Many jokes will be played about the night of the Yasamai Toreador and Nosferatu walking into a bar.
I will try to describe the face he makes when we tell him that he just missed seeing Lucita,
Oh,
because it is
damn.
going to be priceless.
Oh, yes.
Pity you're
Is he
not
not
an
the-
artist. I would love to see that drawn.
Well, that's why we have Eve.
He's not
Perhaps-
going to be.
perhaps-
I will not witness the encounter, but
No, I will describe it for you. You can draw it with your mind's eye.
Perhaps,
Ooh, been better.
perhaps Peregrine can even pull the image from your mind for Eve to draw.
that sounds
You
painful.
can do that?
She did say work with interconnecting minds.
Communicate.
Oh. No, that I just thought that meant like talking and whispering to each other over great
something
distances. Not that you could just take a memory from me like that.
I don't know. I have never tried. Would you like to volunteer?
No, I would not.
But why not? You don't want me in your head.
It's crowded enough in there already.
Why? How many people do you have in there already?
No, there's just me, but there's
Oh, that's
so much of me to go around.
Yes. Okay.
Olga is thoroughly bored.
As the conversation's going, I'll also take out a rat skull and just hand it over to Peregrine for the trinket that she requested.
No, put it into some pocket. Actually, if you'd want, I can make sure that we're in communication during that time if you need.
That would be beneficial if you can return the ring to me for that purpose.
Okay. So I take the ring, I use it, I meditate, and you and I come to connection. We good.
All right.
Makes it easier.
So
Yeah.
interesting.
Why?
No, it's fine.
is-
Then you use the ring, and if you need to communicate with me, you let me know.
But we start the band and we turn around, and as you have to talk or such, I will be able to help. Or if you could tell us when he has decided to leave, we can then slowly come back from the boat.
Yes.
Can this connection, can you join it between all of us? Or is it between only two individuals?
Just one person.
And it is both ways?
I believe so. I mean, we could try it out if you like.
You believe so?
Let's try it. I'll leave the
Okay.
room.
And the Peregrine will kind of go back to the corner.
Gwen,
let's build
when
power real
when
quick.
someone is teaching me a power, I like to know what that power is going to do for me. I don't just take something at face value. I don't know how they do things in your country.
It's not the country, it's clan.
Olga's left the door open behind her. She says, I trust her.
And if Saint Olga does erupt into horrid flames and screams, we will know not to trust Peregrine anymore.
Exactly.
Okay, so this is a level 3 ritual. It's
Oh my
going
God.
to take. You have to meditate over their item. Actually, first you got to do 10 minutes meditating over the token. Then you have to take 15 minutes to enact the ritual. So almost a half hour. You're going to roll intelligence plus a occult, and the difficulty is going to be 6.
I'm going to go sit in one of the corners of the room and just kind of like,
Olga's gone down to her quarters.
Okay.
this sorcery thing takes forever. Like, this is not worth it, I think.
Still
That's
a
fine.
refreshing change from
Fine.
Gorotrix.
And after
Oh,
25
yes.
minutes, you feel the link. Yes, you can. Your minds are telepathically linked. You can speak to each other. For you, Gwen, you've done this before. You've done this. The viziers have talked to you this way multiple times. But for Olga, you've never had someone's voice in your head talk to you. And for you, it's a kind of a, Gwen hasn't learned finer control. So at first her voice is rather loud in your head.
It's the Irish.
She's also used to distance where you're projecting your thoughts harder.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Hello,
yeah,
is this thing on?
yes, not so loud. Not so loud.
Okay. Sorry.
You can hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. Not a problem.
Now, at first, Olga, you were going to be speaking when you're trying to talk back to her because it'll take you a little while before you learn to respond mentally only.
I will need to practice this because I'm wanting to speak out loud.
Well, we have 4 days to do this, It's not going to be that hard.
Let's practice every day.
Aye. Can you imagine all of me doing this with all the other gents? I don't think they know what the hell to do.
No. Let's do one at a time. You can work on us individually.
Are we just watching Gwen in the corner just making various expressions with like
her
no
head moves
verbal
and her hands move,
indication?
but her mouth isn't.
Olga returns and she was like, it's going to take some practice, but I think it will work.
Aye.
I'm fine.
I love the look on
Gwen
on Eve's
nods.
face down there. He's like, wait, what?
Are you trying to pose? It's like, something.
Ooh.
Oh, you have a brush and paper out already. Where'd you get
No,
those?
just a brush. This was here.
No, she
I
wasn't
give her-
trying to pose. She was communicating with me. She's
Yes, I
expressive with her
understand.
hands.
Oh, so it works.
Yes. It worked.
so I
She
hand
was
her,
communicating with my mind, and it was interesting, but I'm not used to speaking with just my mind, so I was like speaking out loud, and I have to practice to speak with only my mind.
Is there any pain or other
No.
sensation?
I mean, it was a little painful when she was yelling in my head, but
I was practicing with people that were literally countries away, so I'm so used to projecting outwards.
yes.
Good God.
It's
So
okay.
think really hard.
No, this is me just knocking on your brain going, hello, I need to talk to you quietly. So if you
I
hear me
I just
speaking-
hand you one of my brushes. I just have to have that on me. If you need to talk, there you go.
Okay.
I think Gwen should do one at a time with us, especially with the short time frame we have before Mankato comes.
Mm-hmm.
I will take the next few days to work on being able to speak to her in a way that I'm not giving it away. You're muted, Will.
Sorry.
Benetek.
Benetek. I think that you are better suited for that than I am. I might give something away in front of Moncada,
That
given
is
my
fine.
current state of mind
Yes,
about him.
I understand. It is annoying.
And to answer your question before, Augustine, yes, it takes a little bit of time, but then again, I can actually speak into the mind. It takes a bit of time to make sure I'm reaching the proper mind.
That's true.
Understood.
Is the connection permanent or does it have to be reaffirmed?
I would have to do it again. I do not want to be invasive in people's thoughts. So I will drop it and then I have to redo it only because I don't think she wants me to be in her head all the time. As fun as it might be, because you never know, random conversation.
Oh my
I
gosh,
think-
listening to the nobles ramble on and on and on. Oh my gosh.
So it will be only. Plus, say I have to stop talking to her, and I need to talk to you. It is one. It's a one communication only. Unfortunately, they have not found a way to connect all the minds together.
This feels like it's a little bit more slower than just sending birds back and forth.
It is, but birds and rats are noticeable. Speaking in someone's mind is not, if you are practiced with keeping your composure.
It's
This
true.
is true.
And from the sound of it, it can reach vast distance.
Indeed.
Yes. For that, it is good.
Someone with certain disciplines be able to see, like any, like
As long,
aspects.
It's not that I know of. I mean, as long as we are not in the same room, it's not that hard. Plus, I would be underwater or something like that with you guys.
Perhaps others who would know that particular magic could recognize it.
He's not.
Or they just assume people are doing it.
Well, let's just say I like it.
That's the most common answer.
I feel almost giddy, like I was alive again. I was a sorcerer. What do you expect me to do? Not play with this stuff?
I'm glad that you've learned something that makes you happy.
Yes. Well, it makes it useful very much so for all of us. More so than the usurpers gives us a little bit of a leg compared to what they did to us 100 years ago. I have not forgotten that.
And I am glad you can be more of what you really are.
Makes things a little bit more fun.
Now that the group has a plan and they know Moncada will be coming in 4 days, I think here's a good spot to end the episode. Welcome to Season 4 in the year 1413. In case people don't know, during the period of history where La Sombra actually figures pretty heavily in a lot of what's going on in the world. That's just the way it is right now. But I'm sure it'll all be fine.
Spaniards are in strange places.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure the La Sombra don't permanently become anarchs and later Sabbat. I'm sure they'll find a way to mend the broken clan. And
yeah, and the Zamisi will have no hand in it either. Radu will be fine and do nothing.
yeah, the upstart anarchs, they'll be dealt with. I'm sure of it. And I'd like to thank my players. Tonight, let's see, you get one for being here, one for role play, one for learning new shit, because you learn new shit every game in a Shanky thing. I'm going to give you 4 tonight, though, because welcome to the season.
Woo.
Throw an extra one in there. So please take your extra XP. Make sure you note it down because I don't remember that shit and I don't keep track. So if you don't, nobody does. That's just how it is. Hope everyone's enjoyed the start of this season. We're laying the groundwork this episode. Don't worry. They're going to get involved in more events of history this season. For the viewers, so you know, this season will end when it ends. We're going through Transylvania Chronicles, and because we're doing the Transylvania Chronicles, each period of history has its own act. So when we're done the act, that's when the season ends. I never know how many episodes it's going to take. It all depends on what these all go do. So I thank you for that. Now, please, everybody, join us on our Discord. Cast of this show come from Discord. And I want to say thank you. Beetle Spock, welcome to the cast.
This was fun.
You know, it's going to take you a few to get fully up to speed because welcome to a new table or new table for you. But don't worry, you'll do fine.
You'll fit in great.
Yeah.
In no time, Olga will be calling you an idiot man or idiot man in no time.
Yes.
That's
when you know you're part of the family.
Yeah, it's a rite of passage when our queen says "fucking dumbass."
Yeah,
she said it about all of us.
I'm guaranteed once per season.
Yes, you are.
It'll happen. Don't worry.
I look forward.
So, also, please, everyone, pop over to our YouTube, catch your back episodes. Hey, there's 3 other seasons of this show. We just finished season 3 of Kansas City, A Domain Divided, which is our Modern Knights vampire. Man, some fucked up shit happened at the season finale of that. Everyone goes into the season finale thinking we're going to get the chill. No, I fucking threw some shit at him just to make sure the chill was not as chill. You can catch our Demon, which is coming back this fall. October, I believe, Demon returns. It's after this. When Dark Ages is done, Demon the Fallen starts back up. And we got a new cast member for that, too. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
For season 3, a new cast member in Demon. He's right over here. Augustine over there. So, yeah, get ready for that shit. So we got all our shows there. Wraith, soon Queen's Gambit, soon. behind the scenes peek. Tomorrow night, we're recording the first of the episodes. That is the only pre-recorded episode of Queen's Gambit. We're recording that tomorrow night.
Yep.
And I've got to rush tomorrow to finish something in particular I need for that stream because it was been printing for the last 4 or 5 days on 2 printers at the same time.
I just realized I'm surrounded by all this STs on Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, you are.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, you are.
And that's because when Verlin and I come up with the idea for Queen's Gambit, we mentioned it to the Dark Ages cast because we'd come up with it the day before. And then the Dark Ages cast was like, hey, wait. I'll run Changeling. And then I'll run Mage and I'll run Werewolf. And then suddenly we're like, there's Queen's Gambit.
There's Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, Dark Ages
And
just
I'm like,
happens to be
fuck
a
it,
great
I'll run
meeting
Vampire.
setup.
Yeah, because originally I was going to run Vampire and Wraith.
Yeah.
Originally.
So
But-
instead, I'll run it.
Yep. So you want to catch some of our friends? Some of them down here in the corner. What you got going on there, Junie?
Well, I was supposed to be coming out on hiatus, but I will be at some point probably next month because I may or may not be starting and working with cast for a new show here on Saturdays. So I'm really throwing myself into that. We have Session 0 Part 2 on Saturday, and we're gearing up for our start next month on the 7th.
Now,
Yeah.
I will say Junie's going to be running a Chicago game set in the time of Prince Peterson. It is not officially part of the Shankyverse because Junie has her own universe. So her Chicago game will be whatever she makes it. It is not officially part of the Shankyverse, though Junie is free to include little bits and pieces if she wants throwbacks.
Absolutely. She can pull pieces from the Shankyverse if she
But
wants to.
it's her
I'm
chronicle.
sure
so
your boy's somewhere in there kind of watching, going, oh, I know what's going to happen now.
but it's her chronicle. It's not part of the official Shankyverse because I don't want to enforce my view of World of Darkness on her because she's her own storyteller. And Ravenous Archon, what you got going on other than Dark Ages and Queen's Gambit?
That's it for now. I'm still on the mend from this last blow that I took. So things are proceeding slowly. I should be starting to stream again TTRPG stuff maybe within the next couple of months. I got to see how everything is coming along. It's just take care of yourself. Take care of yourselves, guys. It's not a joke.
Ain't that the truth? Take care of yourselves. You can also check out Rerolls. Pop over to his channel. Special peek coming soon on his channel. Mama's going to be in a Call of Cthulhu stream.
This coming Sunday.
So, yep, you'll want to check that out. If you're on our Discord, when Re goes live, it gets announced. So when Call of Cthulhu starts up, jump on in on that shit so you can, be there with and see Verlin play her first Call of Cthulhu game, other than the Session 0, which don't count. This is her first full Call of Cthulhu game. And of course, Mischievous Red, she streams when she streams. Real life is a bitch and gets in the way a lot of times, and we all understand that. So, take care of that. You want to get you some merch? We have studio merch. Check it out. Sign in so you can see the good shit, because camp counselor for Camp Wish a Motherfucker Would. Look, this is Dark Ages. There's a lot of Wish a Motherfucker Would going around this group. I'm just saying. And of course, as always, if you want to give something to the players, bits and donations that go to the players. Thank you, You're Any, for giving bits at the early in the night. That goes to the players. If you want to support Studio, KoFi, subscribe on Twitch, or best way to support Studio because money's tight for everybody. Hey, go on YouTube, like the video, comment on the video. Drives us up in the search algorithm, and, that helps the studio. We might make, right now, we're making $27 this month off YouTube, a whole $27. Hey, that might get us up to $27.50 or $28.
That's a single movie ticket at a theater.
Yeah. That's not even a meal for this house because 2 adults, 2 teenagers. We can't even eat a meal for that anymore. So
Get a lot
check
of
that
penny
out.
candy.
Yeah. I told them they ate yesterday. They don't listen. I don't know what it is about people in this house want to eat every day. Fuck. And now I can turn it over to my lovely wife so she can give the schedule.
Yeah, so I don't believe there's Call of Cthulhu this weekend because they're still on break.
Urini can tell us if he's near the computer.
Not this coming Saturday, but a special one shot on the 31st. Okay.
I heard that Urini's going to be a shoe salesman on the 31st.
Yeah, so we don't have anything else going on until actually Monday. Do check me out on Rerolls, though, on Sunday afternoon. It's going to be, I believe, at 4 or 4:30 Eastern. I forget the exact time because I don't have my calendar up right in front of me with that schedule on it. But I believe it's at 4 or 4:30 Eastern. And check that out. That'll be awesome on Rerolls because we're playing Call of Cthulhu, y'all. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yeah, but on Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we have Junie and Will are going to join me in Monster of the Month. We're getting closer to the end, y'all. Okay? We are starting to build up an army with these monster hunters and creatures themselves, some of them. Literally, we're building up an army to go off of a Duke of Hell. Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. So we have this session and one more before the final battle. So yeah, join us 8 p.m. Eastern on Monday. And then, of course, we'll be back here for the next session of Vampire the Masquerade: The Dark Ages on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
They got a lot of shit left to do this season. They still got to beat with their sire. And then I'm sure the sire will leave and you all will just get to chill in your city the whole season.
No.
I'm sure you
something.
Yeah, I'm sure you won't be part of momentous events in the year 1413. Maybe
in
1 century.
Transylvania.
Yeah, in
Have
Transylvania.
you played your game? Have you played your game?
I'm sure.
No, these damn kids think that they took down La Sombra, and now they're going to try to take down somebody else. Watch.
They didn't take down La Sombra.
No, they
and
didn't.
We all know it.
They're not going to take down anybody else they go after either, but it's funny that they tried.
Look, when you try to take on somebody that old, you just give them a new body. That's all. Ask Tremere.
Ioka laughed. She's like, what the hell are you worried about? That's just Sombra moving around in a child.
I mean, fuck. My clan founder literally hunts us, especially in this time.
Yeah.
Like to a man.
Yeah.
We know that old ones are not easy to get rid of.
Yeah.
And Tremere, he just gave Salute a new body. It just takes a little while. Salute's going with the slow route.
Mm-hmm.
So, and as always, everybody, when we end these streams, mental health. I want you to take your mental health seriously. I want you to take mental health of others seriously. Please check in on those around you. Make sure they're okay, because a lot of people are not okay. And masking is a thing a lot of people do, including myself. If you suffer from mental health issues, first of all, I want you to reach out to your own support network. But I know a lot of people don't feel comfortable reaching out to those around you. And if you don't, in chat's a list of numbers you can call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And you can get the help you need. There'll be a professional on the other end of the line to talk to you and to be a lifeline to help get you off that edge. Okay. And if you're not in the U.S. or you're watching this on YouTube, go to findahelpline.com, put in your country of origin, and find out what the helplines are in your country. Okay. Because we want you to take care of yourselves. Unlike these vampires, we're only on Earth for a limited amount of time, and you shouldn't have to suffer through it that way. Not without trying to take care of yourself. Okay? And now I can turn it over to my lovely wife for her portion of the outro.
I pulled the pin. But please take care of your mental well-being. Also take care of your physical well-being. Get your vaccines, take your meds, drink your water, get some sunshine when you can. Get your checkups. Go get things checked out if they seem off. Please, please, please get the care you need, both physically and mentally. It's very important. And also make sure you check your voter registration. There are a number of fucking states where they are trying to purge voter rolls. Please, please, please check your registration. Make sure you are registered to vote. Please. We need to vote not just for Vice President Harris and Governor Walz. We need to vote blue all the way down the fucking ballot because we need to make sure they have a blue Congress as well to actually get progress done. so that there can be peace agreements made, so that there can be rights affirmed by law
God damn it, a budget.
and a budget.
I'm a federal contractor, and every time these budget games of we're not passing a budget goes on, it affects my household.
Seriously, please make sure you're registered. And if you are already registered, do double check your registration in your state, because especially if you live in a Republican state, because I'm telling you, they are really going at it right now. So be mindful of that you are not guaranteed safe just because you're previously registered. Said with love.
And I want to say, Lil Jon was awesome last night. He was fucking fire.
Oh, fuck yeah, he was.
Fucking fire last night.
Can I add one more thing
Go ahead.
onto that for the registration? I did find out that some of the red states, if they are purging, all they need is your name, your birth date, and the last 4 digits of your social security number to pull you out, and you will not be notified. So
Yep.
do check.
Do check, please. Do check.
Yep. Take care of that. And I do thank you all for coming. Welcome to season 4, everybody. See you next time. Good night.